Assalamu alaikum, beautiful people. I hope you'll be doing good and having an amazing summer so far. Summer, God, oh God, it's hot. It's very hot. It's 42 degrees outside, and I'm sitting inside my car waiting for the sun to settle. And after that, inshallah, we're gonna start the operations. Inshallah, we're gonna start today's hot air balloon operations. So, in the meanwhile, let me make you guys catch up. Like, how did I ended up here? I'm a mechanical engineer, by the way, and a pilot too. So, this journey started the day we were offered our final year projects. FYPs, like the ones passed out from universities, or the ones who are near to their 7th semester or in their final year. Everyone knows that there is a final year project. Like, it's a rule by HUC and PEC, these regulatory bodies, that we have to fulfill. So this story started from that FYP list which PEC emailed, and it was that year when, for the first time, PEC itself offered us the projects to be done. Otherwise, prior to that, it was students' choice. It was, the choice of the group. It was your own idea, whatever you want to do. But this time, what they did, they gave us a list, and we were asked to choose from that list. And guess what? At top of that list was a very catchy thing. An aircraft of ultralight category. Literally, it sounded so cool. I like at my first glance, I'll say, I made up my mind that this is what I'm gonna do. And luckily, my supervisor was the head of department, our mechanical department's HOD. He personally supervised my project, in which initially we started with 8 people. Group A and Group B, each consisting of 4 individuals. But as the time passed on and challenges grew on us, the group, it started falling apart. And as it fell apart, only 3 of us were left. Me, my friend Yilmaz, and our third fellow, Bakar. So, what we had to do was that one group was supposed to do the design, and the other was to do the manufacturing part. So now, we were not following the schedule, so all the burden was on 3 of us, and I was the only one, pushing them all, because when initially we were 8 people, the burden of finances and workload, everything was divided. But by the end, when only 3 of us were left, the burden on our shoulders, the financial burden, the workload, everything, it massively increased. But I'm grateful and thankful to my mother My grandmother, my nani, she helped me a lot. My mother, she helped me a lot through the finances and like morally. There was no one, everyone in the university used to say that this is an impossible project. How come are these fresh graduates, near to be fresh graduates, gonna make an aircraft? Like, they're gonna make an aeroplane which flies real human? Come on, that's not possible. But Allah Ta'ala had some other plans. And that is how my interest into aircrafts and into flying developed. So in a nutshell, Alhamdulillah, I succeeded with my fellows in manufacturing and designing an ultralight category aircraft using a Rotex 912 engine. And Alhamdulillah, we were amongst the first ones in Pakistan to do so. But after trial and testing of that ultralight aircraft in Sakardu, what I observed was that it had a limitation. And that limitation was that only young lads or, people full of adrenaline were able to bear, those negative G, that gravitational effect, or what should I say? Like, going up in the air. It's not that, like, it's not a child's play. You need balls. You need some water for it. Sorry for the language. So, what I observed was that it only seats one passenger, one pilot and one passenger. So, only one person gets amused. And people coming from different age groups, like, senior citizens and children and, our obese women. Like, obesity is a part of, our society. Like, we've got a lot of diabetic patients, we've got a lot of obese people as well, like fat people, heavyweight people. So there was a limitation there. So I thought, why not come up with something that carries everyone at once? It was no hard job, as we all have read it, in our 9th standard Urdu, Zarurat Ijad Ki Maa Hai. So here was the need, and nothing was to be invented. As they say, there is no need to reinvent the wheel. So all I had to do was just connect the dots. And I came up with the idea of hot air balloon. That why not give an experience, an aerial experience, a bird eye view from the sky without any limitation, taking 6 to 8 people abroad on board with me, up in the sky, standing static up in the air, hovering in the air. That experience, and it drove me, and from that day onward I started working on Project P, hot air balloon. But now the problem was that now I had entered my practical life. As they say, when you're a student, those are your days to chill. But as soon as those days end, you need to take on responsibility slowly, and like eventually everything comes onto you. So you have to pick up the load and carry everything along. You have to pay your bills, you have to look after you have to look after the household, you have to do everything. So nothing new in that department. So this time I thought of it as a business venture. I think it's been a very lengthy video so far, so inshallah, remaining in the next part. Stay tuned, and I hope I did not bore you guys. So this is me, Sayyid Munib, signing out. Lovely people, stay blessed.